Hey everyone! In this video, you'll see how to migrate your existing LearnDash courses to MemberPress on your WordPress website. With the LearnDash migration feature, migrating your courses from LearnDash to MemberPress has never been easier. This will let you leverage MemberPress's powerful membership, content protection, course creation, online coaching platform, and many other profitable features right with your existing courses. Before you get started, you'll need the LearnDash plugin installed on your WordPress website and at least one course created in LearnDash. And you'll need to have the MemberPress plugin installed too. Now, this is going to be a pretty basic primer on migrating courses to MemberPress, so you can get started right away. But be sure to check out our extensive support documentation article for a more detailed guide on the whole process. On that support docs page on the Migrator, you'll see a full list of what will and what won't be migrated over from your LearnDash courses to MemberPress. Also, for those things not currently migrated over from LearnDash, you'll see some tips on how to get that content on your MemberPress courses. So be sure to check that support docs page out. And as we add to the feature, support for more migration features might be added, so be sure to check the support docs page before you get started. So let's go to WordPress to see how this all works. Here on my sample website, if I go to LearnDash and Courses, you can see I have a sample course all built out right here. So I want to migrate this course over to MemberPress. So as you can see here, if I hop into the builder for the course, you can see I have some sections and lessons, and you can see a quiz on this lesson here. And then here on this lesson, I have a topic, which is just a way in LearnDash to further chunk material together. And you can see all my other sections and lessons down here. So if I hop in to edit, say, this first lesson, here's the lesson itself. You can see I have a YouTube video embedded and my lesson text. And going here to the settings, I have some learning material attached here to this individual lesson, which in this case is an image file with some Japanese characters on it. So now I'm going to go back to the builder for the course. And if I quickly just go into another lesson, say practice drills, you can see my lesson here. And again, I have some course material added here, which is an ebook PDF. So these materials will be migrated over to MemberPress Courses as well. Also, going back to the course, here under my intermediate grammar lesson, you can see I have a quiz. And if I go to edit the quiz, you can see all my questions with different question types, fill in the blank, single choice, essay, and the points assigned to them, and the answers. So all my lessons, quizzes, and learning material will be migrated over to MemberPress. Also, going to my course, right here on the dashboard, I can see that one student is currently taking the course, which you can see right here, one student in progress. And if I click on that student, right here on their user profile, scrolling down, I can see their course progress right here. So student progress in the course will get migrated over too. Now, just one note, the core structure of how LearnDash courses and MemberPress courses work is slightly different. For example, in MemberPress, quizzes count towards the percentage complete calculation for student progress, while in LearnDash they don't. Also, topics within LearnDash get converted into lessons in MemberPress. And there are some more intricacies with that as well. So some things with the migration won't 100% exactly migrate over, but we'll see what some of that looks like in a bit. But the Migrator does a really good job with creating an equivalent experience within MemberPress. Again, I'm only going to give a very basic rundown here, but see that support docs page I mentioned earlier for a full list and a guide on everything that will be migrated over. Okay, so now let's see how to migrate this course to MemberPress. First, I'll show you how to run the Migrator if you already have MemberPress installed. And then we'll see how to use the LearnDash Migrator in the MemberPress Setup Wizard, which you'll go through if you install MemberPress for the very first time. So here I have LearnDash installed and a course on it, like we just saw, and I also have MemberPress installed. So if you go to MemberPress and Courses, if you haven't used the Migrator at all yet, you'll see this admin notice when a LearnDash course or courses are detected on your site. So you can just click here to run the migration. Or you can just dismiss this notice and never see it again. Now, another way to migrate your course is to go to MemberPress, Settings, and the Courses tab. And then click Migrator. And here you can start the migration process. And here you see this optional checkbox to also migrate user progress and quiz attempts, which I'll leave selected. So to start migrating all your LearnDash courses over to MemberPress, click Start Migration. It'll take a moment for the migrator to work its magic. And then I can see the migration was successful. So now if I go to MemberPress and Courses, I can see my course that was just migrated over, right here. And it also saved my course category and tag, which we'll talk about more later. In here, I can see my one student or participant that was transferred over. So if I click that number under Participant, I can see that same student that we saw earlier in my LearnDash course. So I'll go ahead and click on that student, and right here on their user profile, as the site admin, I can scroll down, and I can see the courses that they're enrolled in MemberPress. So here's that course that was migrated over, and you can see it transferred their progress with the percentage complete. And I can also see the student has taken quiz number 1. And it shows their quiz progress here. And I can click to view their quiz attempt and see their score and right and wrong answers as well. So my students' progress and quiz score and their details were all migrated over seamlessly. So now let's see what the course itself looks like. So I'll go back to MemberPress, Courses, and then click here to edit my migrated course. So right away, on this main course page, I can see my course category, which you can see right here, and the course tag right here from LearnDash was transferred over and applied to my MemberPress course. So to give you sort of a side-by-side view, I'm going to go ahead and open up my course in LearnDash here in a new tab. So I'm just going to navigate to my LearnDash course. And here in LearnDash, you can see that category and tag applied right here. So that's what was migrated over. So just a note, to be able to apply categories and tags in courses in LearnDash, you would just go up here to Settings on a course, and then just make sure course categories and tags are enabled right here. So all that's to say, your tags and your categories on your LearnDash courses will be applied on your migrated courses as well. Okay, so going back to the course in MemberPress, let's check out the course material itself. So all your sections, lessons, etc. can be found here in the Curriculum tab. And here they are. So you can see all my sections, all right here, all in order, and all my lessons and quizzes under each section. So to show you this, I'll go back into LearnDash here in my new tab, and then navigate back to my course, and then go into the LearnDash Course Builder. So right here in LearnDash, here's my first section, the second section, and the third section, and more. So you can see my introduction section here in LearnDash, and then going back to MemberPress, it was transferred over as a section right here. And here's my second section for advanced vocab. So going back into LearnDash, you can see it's a section right here. So here in my LearnDash course, under the first section, for example, I have a lesson, which you can see denoted by the L in the green circle. And under the lesson is a quiz. And then here you can see another lesson, spoken Japanese. And under this lesson is what's called a topic in LearnDash. So topics are just another way to section off content in LearnDash. So in the LearnDash course builder, you can see sections, lessons, topics, and quizzes. But MemberPress makes this a bit more simple. In MemberPress, you have sections, and then under sections, you can have quizzes and lessons that are completed in a progression. So topics in LearnDash are converted into lessons, and they're pretty much the same thing. So once they're migrated, they're just placed in the order that they are in your LearnDash course. So quizzes and topics aren't really nested underneath lessons like they are in LearnDash. They're just placed in order under sections, which in our opinion makes course building and taking much more intuitive and easy. So you can see here in the order of my first section, my lesson, and quiz. And then back in LearnDash, here they are, lesson and quiz, right in order. And underneath, you have two other lessons, spoken Japanese and expressions, which back in LearnDash is my lesson and topic. So these were both converted to lessons and then placed right in order in the MemberPress course. Okay, that's how lessons and quizzes, etc. are placed. So now I'm going to click to edit my first lesson to show you what lessons themselves look like. So I'll click here to edit my intro lesson. And here it is. It's got my title, my YouTube video embed, and all the text just as it was in LearnDash, with the headers and the paragraphs and the bullet points. And scrolling down to the bottom, since I did have course material attached to this individual lesson in LearnDash, it puts it down here. So in my case, it's an image file with some Japanese characters on it. So once it's migrated, you can easily just come in here and change how this appears right in MemberPress after the migration if you want to. So to show you what this looks like real quick in LearnDash, I'll go back to the LearnDash course, and I'll click to edit that intro lesson. In here, under Settings for this lesson, under Lesson Materials, you can see that image file that I attached. So that got migrated over right on the lesson. Now also, you can attach resource material to an entire course too, which I will show you here shortly. Okay, so just to show you one more lesson, I'm going to go back to the curriculum and click to edit this practice drills lesson, which we saw earlier in the video. And again, all the headings and the text is preserved and migrated over for this lesson too. Again, I have some learning material on this individual lesson that was migrated over as well. In this case, it's a download link for a PDF file. Now, like I just mentioned earlier, I did have some learning resource material included on the entire course itself in LearnDash. So that was migrated too. So right up here in MemberPress Courses, if you click the Resources tab, you can add additional links and downloads to your course, so students have access to that. And right here in the Custom field, you could see the link that was embedded to download that PDF file. So to show you this real quick in LearnDash, I'll go back to LearnDash, in Courses, and then click to edit my course. And up here in the Settings tab, under Course Materials, here's where you can add resource material to LearnDash courses. So you can see right here my download link for the PDF. So with the migration, it's the exact same thing in MemberPress. So right here under Resources, it's displaying the download link. And we're going to see what this looks like for a student later. On that note, just a few things before we see what this looks like for a student on the front end. So if I go back to my curriculum here in MemberPress and click to edit a quiz now, and you can see I'll have to delete my course progress since a student has taken this quiz. So in MemberPress, if I choose to edit a quiz and students have already completed quizzes and submitted them, their progress will get wiped out if I make edits. So that's what this pop-up window is telling me. So I'll just go ahead and edit my quiz. And here's my quiz, just as it was in LearnDash. So each block is its own question, and you can see it preserved the question types. You can see here, fill in the blank, which, opening the block inserter, you can see all the question types that you can use to add to quizzes as well. So when editing a quiz, you can see all the question types available right here. So here's fill in the blank. And also, you can see it migrated over my point value for each question too, and the feedback text for wrong answer that I set up in LearnDash. And here you can see my multiple choice question type with the correct answer selected and the point value, a short answer question type right here with the point value of 4 migrated over, and the essay. So you can see my entire course was migrated over with all my lessons and quizzes preserved. Now again, this is only just scratching the surface of everything that the migrator is able to transfer over from LearnDash. But our support docs article has a full list of what is and what isn't transferred, as well as some helpful tips on the whole process. So now that my course is migrated over and everything went smooth, I could go back into LearnDash and just delete the course. Or I could just go into Plugins, find LearnDash, and deactivate LearnDash when I'm ready. So at this point, the course is migrated over to MemberPress and doesn't need LearnDash anymore to function. So I could add more to the course, add certificates, set it up for sale on MemberPress, include it as an order bump, and a whole lot more. So now, before I show you what this looks like for a student, I'm going to deactivate the LearnDash plugin to make sure the course experience happens on MemberPress and there aren't any conflicts between the two plugins. Also, just one note, if you are doing this process and you are experiencing any issues getting courses to show on the front end after having both LearnDash and MemberPress installed, you might have to hop into MemberPress, Settings, and the Pages tab. And then just reset these course-related page slugs. So just make sure that they're what you see here or what you previously set on them. And then be sure to click Update to save it. Okay, so now let's make sure this course works and looks good for students. So here under Participants for this course, you can see this student right here. So this is actually a test user account that I have set up on my website. So I'm going to log in as this student. So I'll open my website in a new incognito window, which lets you view your site as if you're a brand new site visitor, so not logged in as your admin user. And then I'll go to Login, and then log into my website as that test student that we saw. So right after the migration, once a student logs in, they could go to their member account page and the Courses tab, and they see their course right here with their progress. And if they click on the course, they're in the course page, and they can see their progress here too. And they can pick up right where they left off. So this student can pick right up here taking the practice drills lesson. So you can see it shows they already completed all of these lessons, except for the quiz, because remember, I had to wipe their progress to edit the quiz page. But if I didn't do that, their quiz progress would still be intact. And they could just click here to continue on in the course. And they're taken to this lesson. So they can just continue with the course, or they can go back into the course too and take previous lessons. Also, going back to the main course page, here on the left, the student can see this tab for resources. So if the student clicks on that, they can see that download link for that PDF that was transferred over from LearnDash. And again, this file was applied to the whole course. So before moving on, just a few notes about how the Migrator works. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and then I'm going to reactivate LearnDash, and then create one additional course in LearnDash. Okay, so now I have my original Japanese course still here in LearnDash, and one additional course. So I have both LearnDash and MemberPress installed. So the Migrator itself is super flexible with how it can work with a variety of different situations that might pop up for you. Say you run the migration like I just did, but you want to add one additional course before switching to MemberPress. Say you want to get everything eventually set up in MemberPress, but you have been using LearnDash for a long time, and you just feel more familiar with building courses in LearnDash. So you can build your additional courses right in LearnDash, and then just run the Migrator again without messing anything up. So here, I already migrated my course, but I added an additional course in LearnDash, and now I want to migrate both of them. So I can just go to MemberPress, Settings, Courses, and Migrator. And just run the Migrator again. And once it's complete, if I go back to MemberPress and Courses, you can see my two courses have been migrated over in seconds. Now, my original course, this Japanese course, is a fresh migration. So to do this process, any changes that I made to the course in MemberPress were not saved. So it migrated this course again from LearnDash. So just keep that in mind. But if I did make changes to the course in MemberPress after migrating, I could just delete the original course in LearnDash and just run the migration to transfer my second course over. So you do have a lot of flexibility in migrating multiple courses to MemberPress. Okay, now I'm going to show you what this migrator looks like through the MemberPress setup wizard if you're installing MemberPress for the very first time. So once you purchase MemberPress, download the zip file from your account page on the MemberPress website, and then upload and activate the MemberPress plugin zip file in WordPress. Once you do that, you'll have the option to go through the setup wizard. It'll guide you through the process of creating your first piece of content, your first membership, content protection, and activating key features. So you'll be taken to the setup wizard automatically right after install. So right here on the setup wizard, here's the first page. So you'll just click here to enter the process. And on this page, initially you'll activate your license. And then you would just choose Course Creator as a feature that you want turned on. So here on my site, MemberPress Courses is already installed, so it's on by default. But here in the Setup Wizard, once you have Course Creator checked and you move on in the process, it'll detect that you have LearnDash courses on your site, and then you'll have the option to run the migrator right here in the wizard. So you would just click here, and it'll take a moment to migrate, and then you'll see this notification telling you it was successful. And then if you click this text right here, you'll have the option to choose a course that was just migrated over. This will let you hook it up to a membership and content protection rule in the next steps in the wizard. And of course, later in the plugin, after the wizard, you can set up all your monetization settings you want on your courses as well. So from here, you would just move on through the setup wizard until you complete the process. And then, once you go to MemberPress and Courses, all your courses that you migrated from LearnDash in the wizard will be here for editing. And that's it. You've now seen how to migrate LearnDash courses to MemberPress. See our support docs page on the Migrator for much more detailed guides and information. Also, be sure to follow our blog and YouTube channel for all of our latest tips and tricks on all things MemberPress. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos that makes getting MemberPress up and running a breeze.